What is going on, guys? Logan here from the... And today we have a special video because we are going to be joined by Brennan Barnett, aka B Movie Talk on Instagram. Go give him a follow.
Hello, everyone.
Hello there. He trekked up a mountain to get here. So today we are going to be talking about superhero movies, comic book movies, and kind of the state they're in and kind of where we expect they're going to go. Because this year has definitely been interesting for superhero movies. Whoa. Hey guys, Post Logan here. I just want to say that we actually have all our videos on Spotify now, except the music one. That one got copyright claimed. But so if you want to just listen, you can. But that's actually just in time because this video is only a snippet of Brandon and I's conversation. The full length podcast version is on Spotify. So if you want to hear us talk about all the superhero movies that came out this year, talk about the state of the DCU and the MCU, go check that out. It's linked below. Brennan's Instagram is also linked below, right next to the like button. Thanks again for joining us, Brennan. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoy a little bit of our conversation. Go check out the full thing on Spotify. And then did you see kind of some of the things Kevin Feige was saying throughout the year of just like kind of this, I guess some things that were going on behind the scenes in Marvel?
I guess not as much. I did hear what he said like at Comic-Con or wherever it was recently about like how after Secret Wars they're basically trying to like reboot, like a soft reboot of the MCU. And I think that's interesting just because like, you know, you've come to love all these characters and, you know, they're all in this kind of universe. But I guess after Secret Wars, like he just kind of wants to, I guess it really just depends on like what's the definition of his reboot, you know? And so like, you know, will it be like a Jurassic World style reboot, or will it be like you know, like a James Gunn DCU reboot where like basically nothing gets, you know, returned except for Peacemaker.
Peacemaker's the only one.
But yeah, I did see like, so it's very interesting to see what Kevin Feige will do with like that going forward after, what the plan is like after Doomsday, Brand New Day, and you know, Secret Wars. So
I do think it's really interesting, and I feel like it's gonna be hard as a fan to keep track.
Yeah,
you know,
that's also one of the main complaints that he like kind of stated is like, you know, you have to do too much homework in these films, and like these films and TV shows add up, and you know, if you watch all of them, it's no problem, and like maybe you can remember the refresher, but like nope.
Yeah.
People got lives, you know?
Like,
so.
Imagine when we're, like, parents or whatever, and being like, oh, my gosh, child, you have to watch Infinity War. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, and you play it for them. They're like, what is happening?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you have to watch 40 movies to understand the weight of this movie. No, I do think it's good to get a reset. And obviously, that Marvel's going to continue to make movies no matter what.
Yeah.
And I do think they've kind of dug themselves in a hole that just like this story that keeps compounding on itself.
Yeah.
I think that the way they reset will be, it'll be difficult regardless of what they do, you know? But it is exciting. It's exciting to kind of see what they're going to do with that. And I really do hope that they start investing in some more like creative works, like animated stuff. And I know DCU's got a stop motion movie coming out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Batman, or no, Nightwing and Red Hood. It's a stop motion movie. But I just wish that there was more stuff like that with Marvel, where it's like, it doesn't even need to be canon to the main MCU, but it's like, oh, we get to at least like get a new Spider-Man story or something that's not exactly like, oh, it's Tom Holland Spider-Man. Like, I think the have you played the PlayStation games, the Spider-Man?
I pretty much like know the story, but I haven't played them.
But like I think that's a great example. It's like, that is not Tom Holland Spider-Man, but like we get a different Spider-Man story that's still super enjoyable, and I can still go and enjoy whatever's going on in the Tom Spider-Man.
And the suit cameos and Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, exactly. You get freaking Childish Gambino, like, what am I doing here? I think the big superheroes that we all like, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, Wonder Woman, Flash, Iron Man, Captain America. I think all the executives get happy when they make more movies with them, because then it's like they get more money because they're super recognizable. Yeah. The fans are happy because that's their favorite character and they want to see more stories with them. Yeah. I think the only issue is that you've got these actors who are playing these roles, and every single time their movie freaking kills it at the box office, they get a pay raise, and they have to be paid more than what they were paid for the last one. And so I think that having
it's the problem you're getting with putting Doom and Robert Downey Jr. Like, they ain't gonna show his face.
Yeah.
It's $1 million.
That's crazy to me. But I do think that, what was I saying? Like, the having multiple kind of versions of a character, where you have different versions of media, like, then you can have different people play that character. Yeah. And and also just having kind of friendly competition. You got the people who love Andrew Garfield, and you got the people who love Tom Holland. You got the Tobey Maguire lovers, and then that is taking your characters and giving them more publicity, more kind of discussion online. Yeah, which I think ultimately is great.
I think that's one of the main issues with, like, besides like all the like production stuff with Marvel or the MCU, with like whether it's VFX or like whatever. I think that's like one of the main issues with Marvel or the MCU as well, is that like a big brand character like Spider-Man or Iron Man, whatever, and then like you also have movies that they put out like Eternals, and so like I get you want to introduce more characters, but that's like nobody really knows them. Like I watched that movie the other day, rewatched it, and like it looks good. It looks good visually, and like the power sets they use in that movie are like, I think they're pretty cool, but like otherwise, like it's a 2.5 hour movie, and like nobody's gonna watch like 2.5 hours of Eternals, and it's like
especially
whatever.
Now, where the consequences of that movie are just non-existent.
Yeah,
really.
and
I mean, apart from Brave New World, that's the only time it's mentioned.
And so it's just like with those kind of characters, you don't know a whole lot about, or the general public doesn't know a whole lot about. You just can't really make a ton of money with that, and it's just like
unless you're the freaking Guardians of the freaking galaxy.
James Gunn. Another James Gunn.
Yeah.
Marvel is trying to find a fine line with that as well, and just trying to you don't want to make like 7 billion Spider-Man movies, but also you don't want to make Eternals or like 4 Captain Marvel movies.
Yeah.
So is there any critiques you have on the like future of the like superhero movies in general, I guess?
I think there's kind of this interesting thing that's happened where you have these.
I've also heard of my roommate Josh is described as like,
shout out Josh.
he's kind of like said that there's a good amount of superhero fatigue, maybe. And, like MCU has kind of established that, so maybe that's like, I don't know if that's one of your concerns, but
I actually don't believe in superhero fatigue. Okay. I think there's just bad movie fatigue. And I know people say that all the time, but I think it's true. I think people are always going to be drawn to superhero movies. They're always going to be drawn to like this kind of like underdog story, this like trial and tribulation where the character overcomes. That's just kind of human nature. Yeah. But I do think there is definitely an issue with having these stories be so, what's the word, generalized, I guess. Yeah. Where you have like, so my example to this is like, we have rated R superhero movies, right? Yeah. But they're all pretty much the same. Yeah. You got Invincible, you got The Boys, or maybe not movies, but just media. You got the Invincible, The Boys, Deadpool, right? Yeah. And all those things have in common is that they're crass and that they're violent, Yeah. Maybe not Invincible is not crass, but it's very violent. I really wish, and maybe this is a dumb idea, but I really wish that superhero movies could extend into different genres. Like, I would love to see a really dramatic superhero movie. Yeah. Especially one that's rated R. I think they totally could do it. I think they could do something that's really interesting. A Joker was kind of that. Yeah. It's not really a superhero movie, though. Yeah. But, like, I do wish there was more of that. I wish there was more. I think Multiverse of Madness was an interesting idea.
Yeah.
The like horror kind of superhero film did not do it well, but I think that's an interesting idea, you know? They had that Werewolf by Night thing, which also tried that, and I think that was definitely a better shot at it.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of stories in Marvel canon and DCU canon or DC canon that you can tell that are not just your basic run-of-the-mill superhero story, you know? And I really hope that they can start expanding that in these universes to where, you know, these universes start to feel more like creative.
Yeah.
That's my main concern.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're totally valid there. I guess it just like depends on like how far you can go with the genre. Like I felt you know, as far as like, I thought Thunderbolts was like kind of more of a different genre than like main MCU movies have had. You know, like, it's like kind of more darker. You know,
They're
it's not like
trying to teach you something.
Yeah,
in the
it's
movie,
not like a. You don't have to chop people's heads off, but you know, it's like. But at the same time, like it's dealing with some pretty deep stuff, and so you know, and all the while like trying to make a funny MCU film at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that just trying to balance those genres and trying to like. I think that's what like the Marvels like kind of failed at. Like they were trying to make like too goofy of a movie, you know, like they were trying to make too far-fetched and too, you know, and that just didn't work out. So,
do you think that the Marvel comedy is like a detriment at this point to the movies? Kind of the MCU jokes, you know, the jokiness of the films.
I mean, I feel like that's just kind of like the charm of it now. It's just kind of like a thing.
Do you feel like every movie has to have that though?
No, it doesn't have to. But I mean, I think it like, you know, I feel like it gives it character. You know, I feel like it gives it like, you know. I mean, I know like some people don't like that, and you know, it's like, you know, you're in an MCU movie. You're in an MCU movie when that happens. Like, you got the. I guess a classic example would be Iron Man and Avengers when he's like, that man is playing Galaga. Yeah. Otherwise, I think like I don't really critique that as much. Honestly, I think it's fine. You know, have your jokes, whatnot, as long as you like keep to your main genre. Yeah. So.
Like I said at the top of this video, if you want to hear this whole conversation, click the link in the description to listen on Spotify. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, please subscribe for more movie content. We've got a lot more videos on the way. Some exciting stuff is in the future for the channel, so that's fun. We're trying to hit 500 subs by the end of the year, so please tell your friends. And if you're watching, you've made it this far and you're not subscribed, just give us a subscribe. And finally, major in goofs, minor in film, and we'll see you next time. Roll the outro.
Thank you for tuning into The Film Fighters.
I am Paul Bondi Atreides, Duke of the Rocket.
Remember to follow us on social media. Links are in the description.
I would have gone to get to the end. People need hope to know someone's out there for them.
A leap of faith.
Avengers!
He was in the Amazon requirement.
Konnichiwa. Get the freak out of here. I'm making a video, man. Bro, you want to be in the video? Come here.
Hello. Subscribe to the Cinemajors.
Dude, we're not that yet. This is pre-Cinemajor switch.
Shoot. Okay. Subscribe to the Film Miners.
There we go. Well, maybe we can reuse that. There we go. Thank you. That's my roommate. Anyway, yeah, what he said.